When you write an introduction for your essay, you want to keep in mind 3 steps or the 3 parts that need to go into an introductory paragraph. The first and one of the more important is the attention getter. It's also called a hook or a lead-in. All of those words mean the same thing. They can be used interchangeably. There are many, many different types of attention getters or hooks. For this particular course, we're going to narrow it down and focus on just 4 types. You can choose an interesting fact or statistic. The key word there is interesting or shocking. You don't want to just write a statement and count that as an attention getter. It needs to be something that really grabs somebody's attention. The second type would be a quote. When we say quote, we mean you need to find a quote that somebody else said. It's very easy to find them. You can just go to Google and type in quote about and then whatever your topic is. And there are many, many quotes out there that you can use. When you do a quote, you want to make sure that you include who says it, and then you want to kind of explain it and tie it into your main topic. The third option is an anecdote. An anecdote is a short personal story. It's about you or somebody you know. And the key for an anecdote, if you choose to do that one, is to make sure that it's very specific. For example, if I wanted to start my essay saying, when I was little, I liked to ride my bike. That is not a good anecdote. You want to make sure that it is a story that happened at a specific moment in time. So instead, I would need to tell a story about one day when I was 5 years old and I was riding my bike and we came across a snake, and then go on to tell that story and explain what happened. So that was a specific moment. That would be an anecdote. So you could use something like that. And then again, just make sure it's related to your topic. And then the fourth type that we're going to focus on are rhetorical questions. Rhetorical questions are questions that you ask your reader about your topic. This is a very basic, kind of beginner level type of introduction. It is acceptable for this course, but just realize that if you want to kind of challenge yourself and elevate your writing style, I would focus more on one of the first 3. After you give us your attention getter, you want to follow that up with some background information, with some explanation, with some connection to the thesis. So if you give us a quote or a statistic, you may spend a couple of sentences explaining it and explaining how it's related to your topic. You might want to give some background information on your topic that is not going to necessarily go in your body paragraphs, but you think might be important to kind of lay some groundwork. That goes in the middle of the introduction. And then the third and final part of your introduction is your thesis statement. And we've already talked about thesis statements, so if you need to go back and review that lesson, you can. But I've also included here just a reminder of what goes into a thesis statement. You need your topic, you need your opinion or viewpoint, and then you need the essay map. And finally, we have the conclusion. In your conclusion, you want to remember to do 3 things. You want to restate the thesis. You want to give some summary of some of the main points you made in your essay. And it doesn't matter which order those 2 things come in. And then you want to end your essay and your conclusion with some sort of final thought or impact for the reader. This can take many different forms. It might be a call to action. It might be something you are asking your reader to reconsider. It might be a connection to a bigger picture, connection to society. It might be something that you as the writer have learned and are going to change. It can be many different things, but you don't want to just restate what you've already said. You want to give us or give your reader that final impact and kind of answer here's the information, but so what? What do you want them to do with this information that you've given them?